Please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.
Time for my 5 flaming hot picks for NFL Week 9. So last week, ladies and gentlemen, we got another winning week at 4-1. We were only wrong about the Bengals on the money line against the Eagles. I thought Joe Burrow was going to be able to pull it out. But we were right about the Browns, plus 8.5 to cover against the Ravens. They just straight up won. We were out about the Bills, -3. They blew out Seattle. We were right about the Chiefs on the money line against the Raiders. And we were right about my bang, bang, Niner gang, baby, for life. -5 over the Cowboys. For the season, ladies and gentlemen, we are 23-17. We are profitable. We are 6 games over 500. Let me tell you something. I am happy because of the fact that we started off like dog shit. We were 5-10 to start off the season, and then we've had 5 straight winning weeks. So we're profitable and we making money, and you're gonna make money with my picks. So let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the first game I'm taking is the Falcons -3.5 over the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons has already been ruled out. DeMarcus Lawrence isn't going to be coming back for at least another 4 weeks. And then I think it just came out that Ezekiel Elliott will not be playing in this game because of disciplinary reasons. Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, they're both dealing with injuries. So I think Bland isn't going to play and Diggs is listed to play. But he's dealing with the partially torn calf, I think. I think that's what Jerry said on his radio show. So take the Falcons -3.5 over the Cowboys. Nick Wright was saying that Dak has not lost 3 straight games in I don't know how many years, but the reason why is because of the talent the Dallas Cowboys has had on that roster surrounding him. They don't have that this year. Take the Falcons -3.5 over the Cowboys. Yes, I understand Kirk Cousins has struggled against them, but they can run the ball. They got Bijan Robinson. They got Tony Algier. They're going to be fine. They got weapons in Pitts. They got London. Take the Falcons -3.5 points. I don't think Dak is going to be able to rally the guys and elevate them to be able to maintain where they need to be able to win this game. The second game that I am taking is the Ravens on the money line to beat the Broncos. The reason why I'm not taking the point spread is because I think 9.5 points might be a little bit too much, especially because the Broncos defense is legit and Bo Nix is ascending. Baltimore, they lost last week against the Cleveland Browns, so they have a lot of pent-up aggression going into this week. They want to take it out, but I can also see their defense for the Denver Broncos being able to stop the Baltimore Ravens offense to an extent. I think it's a top 5 defense versus a top 5 offense, and I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this game. I just don't know if it'll be 9.5. It could be a 3-point game, or they could blow out Bo Nix because the Baltimore Ravens defense is also legitimately good. And I believe they could scheme up something that'll confuse Bo Nix. But with that being said, can the Denver Broncos defense hold up their end and do enough to keep this a close ball game? Who knows? I'm still taking the Ravens on the money line against the Broncos because I think they're going to win. I don't care if it's a close game or a blowout. Take the Ravens to just win that game. Pick number 3, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking the Commanders -4 over the Giants. Jaden Daniels is still dealing with his injury, but overall that team as a unit, both on the defensive side of the ball, which is coming around now that it's the later part of the year, we're I think at the halfway point. They're a more cohesive unit, and Jaden Daniels, he's coming on his own, man. Like, I think Jaden Daniels is special. I think Jaden Daniels should be in the MVP conversation along with the Rookie of the Year conversation. Jaden Daniels is special. Jaden Daniels deserves all the credit he's getting. And Commanders -4 to beat the Giants in New York, especially with the offensive line woes that the Giants are currently dealing with. Take the Commanders -4 to beat the Giants, even with an injured Jaden Daniels. It's a sweet game to pick, in my personal opinion, which I think the Commanders, coming off that Hail Mary win, they're going to tighten some things up. They're going to be better. The Commanders can run the ball. They got Brian Robinson. They got Jaden Daniels. They got Scary Terry McLaurin. I like the Commanders. They got too many weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and their defense is coming around. So take the Commanders -4. The fourth pick I am taking is the Eagles on the main line over the Jaguars. The reason why is because the Eagles have all their offensive weapons, I believe, somewhat healthy, and they're all playing. A.J. Brown's back. Devontae Smith is there. Saquon Barkley's there. Jalen Hurts, he's coming around. He's getting back into form, something he hasn't really necessarily been since since the year prior where they made the Super Bowl. I think they're a more cohesive unit at this point. I was surprised that they were able to blow out the Bengals last week, and their defense is actually stepping up a little bit more. The reason why I'm taking them on the money line and not the points is because I still think 7.5 points for the Eagles is too much. I know the vibes are great with Nick Sirianni right now. That's what everybody's saying. But again, it's Nick Sirianni, and I have never really been a believer in Nick Sirianni as a head coach. I still think the Jaguars could make this a somewhat competitive game. Trevor Lawrence, I know he hasn't had a stellar year, but he also hasn't been terrible, ladies and gentlemen. He's thrown 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Their defense has been atrocious over there. That's why I think the Eagles could blow them out. But at the same time, Trevor Lawrence has times where he shows why he was the number 1 overall pick in his draft class. So take the Eagles on the money line to beat the Jaguars, but don't be surprised if it's a closer game than a lot of people expect. And don't even be surprised if the Jaguars can somehow manage to upset the Eagles. Last but not least, the Sunday night football matchup between the Colts and the Vikings. Take the Colts plus 5.5 to cover against the Vikings. I believe in Joe Flacco. Ever since Joe Flacco came back last year with the Cleveland Browns, he's been a different human being. He's been a different type of quarterback, in my personal opinion. When he played with the Colts earlier this year, he was able to elevate that offense into something that Anthony Richardson wasn't able to do. And with him being back, I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts upset the Vikings, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Colts are able to cover the 5.5 points and make this a field goal or 4-point game. Take the Colts plus 5.5 over the Vikings, especially because the Vikings are right now reeling. I think they're coming off back-to-back losses, and that defense isn't what it was to start off the year for some reason. I don't know what happened during the bye week, but I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Flacco looks at that defense, breaks down the film, and is able to pick them apart on Sunday Night Football. So take the Colts plus 5.5 to cover against the Vikings. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my 5 flaming hot picks. I got the Falcons minus 3.5 over the Cowboys. I got the Ravens on the money line against the Broncos. I got the Commanders minus 4 over the Giants. I got the Eagles on the money line against the Jaguars. And I got the Colts plus 5.5 over the Vikings. We're coming off 5 straight winning weeks. Let's make it 6, baby. Bang, bang, Niner gang. We back next week, and I'll give you my picks then too. Guys, please subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Share this with your friends, families, and partners. Make some money with my picks, or listen to my sports takes, or just watch for some positivity. Always remember, desire is power, and if you desire to be great, you have the power to be great. Thank you for watching another 5 Flaming Hot Picks from Yo King NPV. I love and appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more. And also, don't forget to check out the ShadyMob.com website and order your Shady Mob Productions merchandise. Love y'all. See you soon.
Guys, have you heard? Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.